Hello, welcome to another quick video. We're back at the bungalow. Not done a video for a little while, so I thought I'd do a quick update. The last video I think we showed you, we was boarding out the ceiling in the lounge area using the ceiling board lifter. We've done that, that's all done and complete now. And then George and I started doing the installation in the vaulted ceiling in the extension. Became a bit of a pain in the arse, a bit of a pain that was basically, but to be fair, George done most of that. It was a nightmare, but he did it. The building inspector, the building regs, they wanted 100mm insulation within the rafters, then 25mm over the whole lot. So we had the electrician in as well, wired it all up, all ready for the kitchen to go in. And let me just spin the camera and show you how we got on. In the end, I think George and I started doing a bit of dot and dabbing. We started doing a little bit of plasterboard on the walls. An old school friend of George's that does it for a living gave him a reasonable price, so we took that up, and he done that in. I think he smashed it out in a day actually, young lad. So a bit young and fit than me at least. Anyway, so let me spin the camera and show you what we've got on now. George is outside at the moment working. He's doing the architrave, cutting up the architrave on the saw, and now going a bit of glue. So he's getting that done. And I think he's got plasters booked into plasters out soon. And I'll spin the camera around and go to the back of the room, and I'll show you the ceiling we've done, or that George's done actually, and then we'll go into the extension which is behind me here, and I'll show you the room that's completely vaulted ceiling. It looks really, really good. So let me just turn the camera around here now. So ignoring the mess for one moment, this is all going into this insulation, is going into the floor. That's left over, that's going to go into the floor there. Here's the walls, all dot and dabbed. This just be bonded out with bonding. Ceiling's all done, George's done all that. This wall here needs some bonding on it because it's slightly on the wonky. So, and this is the, I love this room. This is the extension, the vaulted ceiling extension. So we've got a young lad in it who dot and dabbed all this, put plasterboard up everywhere. We've got the fire proof stuff on the stills there, and the stuff on the stills there, and there's a still there that's done there. So we have a look up there. Electrician's been in, done all his wiring for the kitchen. Sockets, plumbing's been in, done the hot and cold. And a potential heater under the plinth. We're not sure if we use that yet. We've got a channel now cut out of the floor, which George did, which is going to be for an extractor unit, extractor fan, because there's going to be an island here. We've got fire board there, the pink stuff, which Oda steels, which is holding up this back wall. Let me just spin it around. So, as I say, electrician's been in, done all these sockets, all the wiring for sockets, switches, lights, units there, wall units, lights, cable for the underfloor, the extraction unit, which is going to be for an island in the room. So let me just bring this camera back here. I'll do a bit of a wider shot here. Cable in the top there for a centre ceiling light, and you can't see them after they've been boarded in, but we've marked out, we're doing other measurements. There are spotlights coming through somewhere here. The wires are behind the boards now, and I think there's two spotlights there, if I remember rightly. And I think there's a cable there somewhere coming through for a building regs in the UK now for a smoke alarm or fire alarm. So we're just waiting, all being taped up, all the joints have got to be taped up yet and plastered. So once this is all plastered, I've just been coming back around here, we're having this filled in with some insulation. This wall's really, really wonky, so this has got to be bonding put on there. We don't want to dot and dab it anymore. We want to fill that in, put some bonding on there and plaster that out. Let's just go to the back here, bring the camera around. So what's this? This is going to be like a dining room here in this area here. And then we follow through into here, into the open plan. We're just waiting on the floor to be screeded. Insulation's going in the floor with some steel to be screeded. Pipe work in the wall, they have the radiators, sockets for Wall sockets put in there by the electrician. And this is all going to be plastered, all plastered there. All plastered around there. Then it's a couple of coats of paint. Then we've got the bloke coming in to fit the kitchen. So that's the update. To be quite honest, sometimes it's cheap to pay people to do some bits and pieces than it is to do it yourself. Hence I've not done any videos lately because people have been doing bits and bobs, not everyone wants to be on camera. But the guy who's done this plasterboard has done a lovely job around the skylights. And I say, he done in a day what we would just take a week to do, I think. So, and then the kitchen's come, once it's plastered, a couple of coats of mist coat, which is paint walled down. And I'm going to paint the whole lot with a couple of coats of mist coat, which is like emulsion with water. 2 coats all over. Then we're going to get the, this will be after the plastering. Then we're going to get the floor done, because we don't want to scrape up plaster off the floor. Then we're going to get the floor insulated, steel in the floor and screed up to the height of that wall, the floor over there. And then it's a matter of getting on the phone and getting the guy in to fit the kitchen. Do the final order on the kitchen, get that turning up. I was just saying to George just now, that should be a lovely job for a kitchen fitter, because basically it's going to walk in to a nice empty room, electrics in ready, hot and cold in ready, put a couple of holes through the wall for the waste, cordial holes through the waste. These are perfectly square, perfectly plumb, perfectly square, perfect 90 degrees on these walls here. So it should be a lovely job for a kitchen fitter to do, really. No ripping out, no messing about, just literally install the kitchen and worktop. Nice big open space. And we've got the extraction pipe down through there, on the floor, and then there'll be an island here. A breakfast bar island there with the hob extraction going down to the floor. So George is next door now doing some architrave. I'll leave him to it. I'll probably pop back later on when it's been plastered and looking a bit better, and then we'll start painting it, start decorating it, get a kitchen fitted. It's going to look awesome. Then it's outside, guttering, fascia soffit and guttering. We might do that ourselves, I'm not sure yet. I'll speak to George about that. Fascia soffit's guttering, finish off internally, decorate, and then basically outdoors. But that's going to be on the last on the list. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned, like, subscribe for more. If you subscribe, you'll be notified of the next video coming up very soon. Thank you. Bye bye.